Hello, you're listening to Count Richard van Coudenhove Kalergi. Today is Friday the 15th of July, lovely sunny morning here down here at the canal, and just looking at some of the graffiti here. Here's our friend Evoke, EVOKE, and a large version of EDSK graffiti, which you keep seeing on every lamppost, traffic light, railings in so many parts of Dublin when they come up to visit. Some of the stuff is actually quite amusing. But the canal here is 83 miles long and there's 43 locks and goes all the way down to Shannon Harbour in Offaly. So here's a couple of comments since my last video. Interesting to see the Georgia stones are finally blown up. They were unveiled in March 1980 with 6 granite slabs which are 19 feet 3 inches high, and with, if you will, written in 7 different languages, so New Age commandments. The first one being man's population should not exceed 500 million and live in harmony with nature. Where is it? It was one of these ones I thought was quite clever, but not exceed. Here we go. This one here. Freedom is essential. As long as it's our freedom and not theirs. And no to the New World Order. The Georgia Guidestones were, as they were, March 1980 by an unknown benefactor. And interesting as well, there are a couple of things during the week. Haiti has a 1.4 vaccination uptake, and yet there's very little COVID. At Glastonbury, they had the traditional music festival there, and the amount of rubbish that was left behind was nothing short of disgraceful. But interestingly, there was charge ports for the virtue signalling electric vehicle, and they were charging £80 per electric charge, but each one of these generators was powered by a diesel generator, which kind of defeats the purpose. Ukraine, there seems to be there has been 20 let me see now. There's been 28,000 tons of military equipment has been sent to the Ukraine, and the Ukrainian government said that they need $9 billion to survive, to get on top of the current $5 billion they're already getting already. And during the week, one of the members of the Ukrainian government commented that they had a problem with military equipment actually being stolen and going missing. Yes, the chief of the Ukrainian Bureau of Economic Security said military aid has gone missing, including 2 self-propelled of the 6 self-propelled military vehicles sent by France to Ukraine has gone missing, one of which they're worth €7 million each, one of which was actually sold in the black market back to the Russians. Now in America, under the Biden administration, up to 260,000 members, or 13% of the military service members, could be kicked out, on top of the 6,400 that have already been kicked out because of the vaccine mandate. They face dismissal, and that includes, there's also 50,700 civilians also in the military. It's a lovely canal barge here. I'm amazed that there hasn't been more of an emphasis placed on the use of the fact that we do canals either side of the city. In my opinion, it's an underused resource for people, for accommodation, especially in this time of crisis. And I got a nice quote there during the week from Thomas Aquinas. It says, "He who is not angry when there is not just cause is immoral." Why? Because anger looks to the good of justice, and if you can live amid injustice without anger, you are immoral as well as unjust. It's a beautiful day here now. Now it's interesting as well, I was just commenting on the idea of people who don't want to take the jab, that if you think somebody who is vegetarian, we respect their right to not eat meat on the basis of respecting their principles, that they do not want an animal harmed. But yet people who do not want to take a medical treatment, here's a poor gentleman wearing a mask outside, hope he gets better soon, and that those who do not want to take a medical procedure, their rights should be respected as well. Now, interesting, during the week I was following my flight radar app, and an aircraft that took off from Spain heading up to London had an emergency diversion to Bordeaux airport, and it was believed that due to a passenger on board the plane who had stopped breathing. Now I'd just like to end that, unfortunately, interestingly, Novak Djokovic won Wimbledon, which I thought was a great result, and also that Trudeau, who was triple vaxxed, has come down with COVID again. And I'd like to end with a quote from St. Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians. A friend of mine, whose father passed away sadly on Tuesday, so I'd like to end with a quote from Thessalonians. Brothers, we who do not want you to be ignorant about those who fall asleep, or to grieve like the rest of men who have no hope. We believe that Jesus died and rose again, and so we believe that God will bring with Jesus those who have fallen asleep with him. So there are a couple of comments which are my own. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon, good luck, and God bless. It's really beautiful down here. Normally you see the odd swan, but not today.